Hello everyone, it is Rebecca Gaetz-Bishop over at Keller Williams Premier Realty, and today we're going to talk about exactly what is earnest money. Earnest money is a crucial part of the home buying process that everybody needs to understand. So what is earnest money? Well, earnest money is kind of like a deposit that you put down on the house, and it shows the seller that you are serious in regards to your offer. I sometimes refer to this as like a layaway, but I realize that I'm way too old and a lot of my clients don't even know what layaway is. But for those who are my age and maybe a little older, we remember what layaway was. So layaway, you'd get your stuff with the intent of buying it all, and you take it back to the layaway, you'd give them a little deposit. They would keep that deposit until you come back and pay it off, and whatever you'd put down towards your deposit goes towards your purchase. So they're basically holding the items for you until you can come up with all the money. Kind of the same way with earnest money. You're submitting an earnest money check and they're going to hold the house for you. Kind of the same way as layaway. Who all remembers what layaway is? So the amount that you put down for earnest money is usually a percentage of whatever you are offering. They recommend anywhere between 1% and 3% of whatever you are making your offer of. So where's this earnest money go? Well, it is held in escrow until the day of closing. Some companies still hold earnest money, so you'll make your check out to whoever has the listing. A lot of the companies around here no longer hold earnest money, and so it'll go to perhaps the title company, which it does get deposited into a non-interest bearing account until the day of closing. As long as the deal goes through, that money is then credited towards the amount that you owe for the house. However, if the deal goes bad and you back out of the deal for no reason, then the seller generally gets to keep the earnest money. When I say goes bad, let's say that you put an offer in the house, it gets accepted, you turn in your earnest money, and then for whatever reason, you freak out, decide that you don't want to buy a house anymore. Or perhaps you saw a different house that you want to buy more. When we don't recommend that, remember these are legal contracts, so if you're going to write an offer, know that you want to write an offer on that house. However, again, let's just pretend that you back out for whatever reason unbeknownst to us, you just went out of the contract. You're going to lose your earnest money. On the other hand, if you wrote the offer with contingencies such as, I'm going to have a home inspection, and the home inspector finds some things that need to be repaired, and they are contractual items. That's an important word there, contractual items. A home inspector is going to check everything out in the house, and there's going to be things that they mention that are maintenance items or recommendations that they make for the new homeowner. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it is a contractual item that we can expect the seller to repair. Some of these contractual items are roofing, plumbing, electrical, the major components of the house. And your furnace could be 30 years old, but as long as it's functioning properly, we don't get to ask for a new furnace. So if the seller decides, yes, I have a contractual item that needs repaired, let's pretend that the furnace doesn't work, and they are not willing to make that repair that the buyer had asked for, then the buyer can legally get out of this contract and get their earnest money back. Rely on your real estate agent to help you through that process. It can get tricky sometimes between the contractual items and non-contractual items. So really, your real estate agent should know the contracts in your area and will help you out with that. So in essence, earnest money is really just a way to put your best foot forward and show how strong of interest that you have in the house that you're making an offer in. The earnest money amount can help make your offer a little bit more competitive, especially when we're working in a competitive market. If you have any questions in regards to the earnest money process or even just the home buying process, always feel free to reach out. I'm here to help.